Hey everybody, welcome back. Northern Lions Spelunky 2. Probably shouldn't be playing Spelunky 2. I got other things to do today. But I can't leave on the notes we've been on recently, which is just mega badness. Just being like a truly awful Spelunky 2 player. And being embarrassed as a result. The embarrassment shall not stand. So we're busting out Dirk Gently, Ninja Assassin. And today we're gonna have a run of dreams. It's my intention. We're gonna have a run of dreams. Some dreams will come true, and also be made. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a fun time. We're all gonna laugh, and we're gonna be smiling gamers today. What an absolutely awful position for the ghost pot. I'm not, like, too upset, because if anything, it's actually kind of nice that it's in a position where, you know, we wouldn't even, in all likelihood, try to use a bomb to get it, because the cook on it has to be, like, so elegant as to make it essentially impractical. I don't know, maybe you could... So I'm a dummy. I'm gonna try it. No, I'm not, because at this point, I need a rope to get up there. Alright. Whatever. I was gonna say, at least the fact that it's so tough to get makes it so it's almost too ambitious for me to even consider. Now, I'll tell you. I don't love a power pack. But early on in a run, I might consider a power pack for a couple of reasons. The big one is kind of obvious. You get 2 HP from turkeys minimum, assuming you find them. But it... Oh, I gotta use a rope because I'm so stupid. It does carry other benefits as well. The flip side is, maybe we'd rather just have glasses. And, you fool! That was so dumb, and it's completely my own fault. Okay, but here you go. How about, instead of doing all of that fun stuff, which we recently suggested might be possible, how about instead of doing that, we get out of this floor as soon as possible? Perhaps not even concerning ourselves with things like the idol, but why am I doing it here? I find myself doing it, there's no reason for it! Okay, but we still have 3 HP. Just idiocy, like pure, unbridled idiocy and hubris, and now combine that with us being dead after having fallen from a great height. So, many people will suggest that perhaps in that moment there I rushed. I don't think so. I was playing... I was calm. Calmer than you, dude. Calmer than you. No, that was mishandled. You know what? We'll just call it a warm-up. And all we can do is not get beaten up over it. We can also make smarter decisions. Like, for example, we don't try to go toe-to-toe with a lizard to get a single gold bar. 3 gold bars, you might be able to persuade me. A single gold bar, no thank you. It's unfathomable. Could have done this differently and gotten that emerald out of it, but it's okay. Just doing better, being a little smarter. Much better start, much calmer start. Look at that. 11 grand. We got the HP. I actually love... the dwelling is not that hard. Like, I know that I... probably my average run does die here. But the dwelling is not that hard. This is a great time to see the torch level, because it does give you extra money. And this is probably the floor. I mean, I think this is the biome where money matters the most. I know that probably the conventional wisdom would say, like, the jungle, because the black market is there, but I think getting the early momentum from the things that you can purchase on this floor matters more. You're usually going to have enough on the black market anyway. This time we're going to get bomb bag. We're already on the turkey floor. I don't see the power pack being what I want it to be here. It's good stuff. Very good stuff. We do have one turkey. My hope right now is that we're not missing out on the key in that section over there. We did leave a little gold bar behind. That's my bad. Or a gold dust. Yeah, I hope we're just not leaving the key behind. Because it's kind of hard to tell. But I think I just saw the lock. Or at least the door that the lock should be in. Dude, I'm like... I'm not mad, and it's perhaps my own fault for moving too quickly and being distracted while doing so. No damage in this game, I think. I don't know, I'd have to think about it a little harder, I guess. Very little damage in this game. Tilts me as hard as when you get hit by an arrow trap that's in the direction you're traveling. It's even more annoying because is there nothing you can do? No, there's something you can do. But the odds of you doing it are so low, in my opinion at least, that it seems unreasonable. If in another way, if you want to phrase it in another way, it's almost so fair that it's unfair. At least I would have cause to complain. And more people would agree with me if I was, you know, if it was a defensible position. But it's not impossible, it's just very hard to deal with. Okay, I like this. I like the shop here. I think we want a little slice of everything. It's quite expensive. We can't afford it right now anyway. But I definitely also don't think it's worth buying an extra pitcher's mitt just to get the discount. Parachute, yes. For 1,000, that's like a gimme, I think. Dude, we got paste. Shouldn't have done it. Got a little greedy. It's alright, we're gonna get HP back. The big thing here is being able to get paste is huge. Now, where do we go from here? You know I like the black market, but I will say we have a good Volcana setup. And the other thing I'll say is that it really hasn't been Volcana's fault that we've died a lot recently. It's been my fault, and I don't say that lightly. Now, I'll tell you. Spike shoes, very good for taking this guy out. Everyone acknowledges that. You know what else is very good for taking this guy out? A rock. And the pitcher's mitt. Like, he's almost dead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I think he's probably one hit away. Look at that. Alright, so we've set it in stone. Did we not have a ghost pot? Maybe not. They usually spawn over here. Like on one of these sides, or yeah, on the downhill there. I think we're gonna go to Volcana. Okay. So, conventional wisdom would tell you not to get that ruby, and I'll be honest with you, I think conventional wisdom would also probably be correct in that situation. That being said, we did happen to not run into problems with it, but was it the right decision? I would say arguably no. And we're taking some dumb damage. I'll acknowledge the dumb damage. Just hopeful. Like, here's the thing that now is, like, every day I have a new thing that annoys me on Volcana. Even though I said it hasn't been our problem recently. The new thing that annoys me on Volcana, which is not really that new even, is when the drill aggroes the shopkeeper and there's nothing you can do. Dude. But here we are. We're going to give it a try regardless. Oh, beautiful! Thank you, Volcana. 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 I'm going to sell my house in town. Sorry, I didn't mean to whip you. That was an accident. Okay, that's one way to deal with a problem like Maria. Van Helsing? That's a vault, not Van Helsing. If we're playing the game Van Helsing or Vault, I'm winning that one. I was gonna say, I thought there was a Monty. Now, bit of a spooky situation here. Oh, let's go. That could have been a little spicier. We got pretty lucky. Compass is, of course, very nice and very welcome as well. Honestly, I kind of find this path a little safer. Whoop. Oh, come on. You know what? Just take it slow. I will also say I should probably stop, like, aggravating the things that can blow up and thus create unpredictable paths of lava. I think it would only serve me well to take a little bit more care. Like the traveling Wilburys like to be handled. So the Van Helsing's got to be down here. That was 100% my bad. Obviously. It's another good reason, by the way, to have not taken the power pack. Please don't crush this key. I just beg you, don't crush the key. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you what happened. So we will not have Van Helsing. Unfortunately. The end. Yeah, nothing more needs to be said on that one. I'm not using the rocks. Yeah, there you go. Good idea. I suppose we could get the idol, but... So what's the other way out for us? How are we going to get Dracula's cape? Good question. Can't you just, like, stick with many bombs? Buy the parachute. It's cheap. Of course we'll buy the present as well. Not for the discount, but in the hopes that it's something incredible. Not incredible. It's okay, though. I mean, the money is kind of no object, just in the sense that we, like, to be honest, don't really expect another shop to show up for the rest of the game. If another shop showed up, it's definitely possible, but it would be, we'd consider it a blessing just to have it, right? Okay, speaking of having a blessing here, we do want to, I think do that is the sensible approach. Who dat, I-G-G-Y, that do dat, I-G-G-Y. Little song from Iggy Azalea for you, that's New Music Tuesday. We got the royal jelly already? That's a surprise. Well, you know what's nice is Kali's not gonna get upset here. Oh! I hear lava. I think we may have angered a lava monster. Yes, also known as a volcano. Maybe we just... Oh, dude, we could get on the rock dog, and then the rock dog has invincibility. It has fire invincibility, dude. Which means that if lava drips on our head, we won't run into trouble. This is like the scariest sight in Spelunky. Is to have 3 bats coming at you. So, okay, as long as we can cape down, then this is fine. We should be immune then. I don't really want to, you know, rush it. Oh, this is huge as well. Thank you so much, Torquay. So we're going to leave you behind for now. I don't know if we're going to be able to get Vlad's cape, but you know we want the crown. That's a gimme. We do have 22 bombs. So if we get telefragged, I'm just going to say that's life, you know? That's so Raven. I also wonder, like, what if you threw a ghost pot at Dracula and then, you know, hit him with your whip or something? Would that be enough? We do have spike shoes, so I think he's killable without the arrow. It's just more cumbersome. It is worth it, in my opinion, to go from cape to Vladimir's cape. You just have to bomb him? You can just bomb over it? Well, that makes it easier. Paste is definitely an asset, don't get me wrong. Well, dude, like, this is actually... Is it actually looking pretty sweet, then? We got the Ankh. We got a good run going. We must have the Moon Challenge later, because we haven't seen it yet. So that's the next most important step. What is this, like, you hear this chain constantly going in and out? Like, I don't want to know what's going on with that. Now, do I care for the rock dog? I do and I don't. I'm happy to have it, like, for now, but I do think that it doesn't make my maneuverability worse, but it makes my understanding of my maneuverability worse. You know what I mean? Like, it's better, but it feels more foreign to me. And I think that carries a certain debuff. But suffice it to say, we have done better on this run than we've done on a lot of runs recently. Now remember, what do we need now? We need the bow. We've become Sagittarius. Sagittarius. So I am a Sagittarius. Maybe I should know more about this, or maybe, like, it doesn't matter. Not to be controversial. But, hold on. That's what we're looking for. Is Sagittarius just a guy on a horse, or is it like a centaur type deal? You know, does it have that centaur type beat? So I'm just, look, probably not the optimum approach from a game theory standpoint, but I have a feeling that on future shops, money will be no object for us. We're already at 50 grand. So I'm just kind of sending it. Money's nice, and it does matter up to a point, and it is, you know, your high score in the game to some extent, but it's not the #1 thing we find ourselves concerned with for the time being. If anything, you know, time is money. So if money's so valuable, saving some time must be more valuable than anything else we could ever imagine. Beautiful. Beautiful. Sorry, Monty. Had to be done, though. We got 2 HP out of him. Okay. Remember, he's immune to fire. And also remember, the arrow doesn't really matter. The bow matters. The arrow's kind of irrelevant. See, now this is something we should not do. But I'm going to do it anyway. I was just worried that maybe the bow was going to get covered in lava. Luckily, that's not the case. Yoink. Okay, feeling good. This is a good Volcana run. Okay. We'll accept that as the cost of being dumb. Similarly. Beautiful blood. Okay. So there's some money we care about, there's some money we don't care about. A tricky idol is money we don't care about. This guy, I think we gotta kill him the new-fashioned way. Which is waiting a second. Or not. We do have 21 bombs. Turn around, please. No, honestly, I'm dumb. I think we're just gonna throw a bomb down. This way, because I was like, oh, this will be we'll just do it, like, we'll just get him to fall. You know? But then I thought about it for 2 seconds, and I was like, that's all well and good. But if we get him to fall, then it's gonna create lava underneath us. Dude, you can pick up the bow like that? That's incredible. Okay, anyway. Want to get ourselves a little slice of Monty here. And, dude, why not, honestly? Like, Vlad's cape allowing us to get wicked blood out of this. No doubt about that. Drop him off. Hello. Please don't rain fire down upon me. Now, to be leveling with you 100%. This rock dog is not making it through the next world, in all likelihood. But just to have had you here was worth something, okay? And we're just looking at what we got, and the answer is pretty much nothing. No crates up there. So crates, I could get down with. No crates equals no thank you. Probably should be leaving ourselves a little bit more space. This is too tight. And yet, we're doing it. So there's new Olmec, right? Like, this is the third version of Olmec. I believe he drops bombs the same way he did before, but he'll only drop 3 of them every time. So it's constantly changing. So I believe he will spit out bombs 3 times. No, they've changed him again. Okay. So probably, I was just gonna say, it's the old new Olmec. Which means you can just stand under him. I was wondering, because I saw Mouth playing. Okay. Never mind. He drops 3 bombs, but he doesn't start dropping them until you go under him for the first time. So we almost died there, and I would have been mad, because, like, the constant Olmec patches are... You know, I don't want to be ungrateful or something, but, you know, when you're already kind of trash at the game, constantly having to relearn the boss pattern over and over is a bit annoying, but, you know what we should do, by the way? Before we run into trouble, let's use one of our, admittedly, we don't have too many ropes, but let's give our bow to Waddler. That way we're not babysitting this thing. Good stuff. It's so sad, by the way, that this feels like a successful run right now. Just making sure it was in there. So you can paste him. And you can whip him as well. Like, sorry, I should say you could bomb him, but you could whip him as well. You just want to make sure you're getting out of the way, obviously. I mean, I'm just going to level with you. I feel like I've been pretty good at the new Olmec fights. Which is now I'm asking for trouble, obviously. But I think the reason that I do well at the new Olmec fight is because I'm no longer afraid to use more bombs than maybe is sensible. And again, I mean, this is the constant kind of negative about Volcana, right? Like, I think we've played pretty well. We did use a few bombs on the Olmec fight, but we find ourselves a little bomb poor as the game moves on, unfortunately. Hopefully that'll change. Hopefully we'll find a reason to not need to worry about it. However, we do have 18 HP, probably like 20 by the time we get done with this section. So only instant deaths are in play for now. My bad. Probably shouldn't sweat losing out on 1,500 gold. Probably not likely to make too much of a difference. It's the principle of it. Now here's a question for you. If you took... Let's take the biomes before Olmec out of the equation. Where do you think you're better off on an average run? When you leave Volcana or when you leave the black market? And this is not, I'm being 100% sincere with you, it's not meant to be a loaded question. You may answer Volcana. Like, do I feel better off after leaving Volcana here? I may, honestly. Now, this is kind of a run where we were lucky enough that our dwelling shops were really good. That's not a typical situation necessarily. But it does happen. So yeah, this one might have me thinking that there's some merit to the Volcana approach. It's actually fine. Oh, I didn't see that bear trap at first. It's fine because we have Vlad's cape. And it's fine because we have 19 HP. Normally, poison is kind of a death sentence. But we're gonna play it very cool here, because I'm assuming that coming back to life with the Ankh will also get rid of poison. But, of course, we could also just get Monty. That requires us to know where Monty is. I think we leave this floor. So this next floor is Excalibur. If we could also get Monty, that would be swell. I'm not sweating the poison. The biggest danger from the poison is that it triggers at like the worst possible time and causes us to fall. Everything else is okay. I mean, we have 19 HP. Hoping I don't end up eating my words. Monty! You know this is going to be another poison individual. Never mind. Okay, we want a living Monty, ideally. Just my 2 cents. Typically, I find when Monty is alive, he's a little bit better at curing the poison. Again, this might not have been strictly necessary, but I'm glad we did it. Go ahead. Whatever. Okay, so we got Excalibur. Things start to move very fast temporarily from this point onwards. Apparently, now if this ends up being wrong, I apologize. But I've been told you don't have to drop the cape. Hate this, by the way. I've been told you don't need to drop the cape. If you do, then I apologize. Honestly, I like the idea of not dropping it because it's actually the start of this level is a pretty difficult platforming section. So if this ends up trolling me, then congratulations, you got me. I lost my parachute too. Careful, friend. That's a one-way door. Go ahead. I'm a dead man anyway. I would now, like at 26 minutes, this is one of those runs where if we die, like immediately, we still have the cape. Beautiful. It will still be one of those videos where, like, when I put it up, people are going to be like, wow, must be a speed run. But this one is actually kind of my version of a speed run. So I'm pleased with myself thus far. Okay, no, Monty. I want your blood. Blood, blood, blood. I want your blood. I'm willing to go one more, Monty, because I'm not going to carry you. We're carrying Excalibur. Come on. Sure you don't need me to tell you this. Just don't like spikes. Prefer to stay away from them whenever possible. I did check. I checked very quickly to make sure that we did have the... Oh, don't go through that door, yeah. Checked very quickly to make sure we had spike shoes before I jumped on the octopus. Okay. I'm at the point now where, like, if we kill this guy, I consider the video a success. Always gotta check. He's coming down. Separate yourself from the danger. Good stuff. Okay. Oh. Now, I'll be honest with you as well. I mean, we want the crabs. Phrasing. Phrasing! However, I am also like, you know what? If we find hired help, kind of want to just bust them. Doesn't appear to be in a great spot this time, so maybe we'll ignore it. I don't really want to get mired in, you know, Atlantis down here. Huge. And dude, I'll acknowledge it. I was gonna say I'll be the first to acknowledge it, but in many ways, I may actually be the last to acknowledge it. But the cape and the double blood we're getting as a result of it, helping out a great deal. A great deal. Okay, sir. We got very lucky there. May have one more wave. That was extremely well done. Simple Jade Ankh. That should be easy. Simple Jade Ankh. Just being careful. Apparently going out of your way to kill an enemy that provides no purpose is the new definition of careful as far as I'm concerned. Now, I believe we do not need to get the bow from Waddler. Oh, I was going to take him to the exit. Either way, we got 1 HP, but this is the worst outcome because we didn't get We don't carry the blood balance. Alright, alright, alright. Well, yoink. Yoink, hello, sir. These enemies constantly mess with me. So I'm like, I'm scared of messing with them. Something, like, I don't know if they got buffed or it's just like the new, like, physics, which are not that different from Spelunky HD's original physics, but, like, something about it just does not, I'm not as consistent on them as I was in the Spelunky HD, Spelunky XBLA, however you'd like to describe it. So you know my setup. Generally speaking, I no longer feel the need to go to Wet Fur. And I no longer feel the need to get Waddler. If this is wrong, you can blame me. But the reason I believe the wrong thing, if it's wrong, is Malf. Everybody makes mistakes. He makes less than I do, I would say, on the regular. Not just in gameplay, but gardening. So to be honest with you, I have a fairly high degree of confidence. But if that degree of confidence is unfounded, I'm merely the conduit. Okay, it's good stuff. Neo-Babylon. Ghost Pot immediately is going to get shot by a laser beam if I even so much as think of pressing the jump button, so let's not and say we did. That's Lamasu. I would prefer not to interface with Lamasu. I don't respect him. Go ahead. Honestly, go ahead. You feel smart? Say it with me. He did it to himself. Lamasu, I'm content to live and let live. It was you and your actions that put me in that difficult position, okay? Honestly, your existence matters less than that bomb does to me. So I blame you for bringing the thunder. What is that? Oh, it's a UFO bouncing off of a golden helmet. Okay? Always gotta watch out for that stuff. Alright, here we go. Simple Jade Ankh. It's fine. Simple Jade Ankh. I don't really like it right here, but we should be safe. If you get shot, just remember, like, I know it sounds humorous. It's not my intention to entertain you by telling jokes. But if you get shot, just remember, it's not the end of the world. We're just going to take it very slow here because it could be on the right. Just let yourself take the heat from the shot. It's not that big of a deal. Is perhaps... it's right below us. Okay, you know what? Not a whole lot of bombs left, but... well worth the cost here, in my opinion. Simple Jade Ankh. Simple. Like, this is Simple Jade bad. Smiling Jade Ankh. Cracked Jade Ankh. That's, to me, that is Simple Jade Ankh right there. I'm very happy to have found it. I just want to make sure, because this is like... we're 34 minutes into the run. This is a big deal. Simple Jade Ankh. And the clover, of course. Don't forget the clover. Now remember, you don't need to fight Tiamat. I absolutely hate this. We could drop the Ushabti into the lava. We got very lucky that was easy. We could get hit by a random energy ball. You love to see it. You love to see it. Now it's a simple race to the finish. Remember, you can slow your descent as much as you want with Kelleen. So we're just gonna... I apologize for the muted banter. We're just taking it very slow here. I mean, even this is like a little too fast for my taste. Both me and Colleen have lived. This is staggering to me. What are we gonna do? Help. So it's like actually my bad. I acknowledge that it's my bad, but it's the kind of thing that it'll burn you up, you know what I mean? You didn't disappoint me. Until next time. Much easier fight against Tiamat. So I'll take it. And hey, man, we don't see the credits too much. So I'll consider this a success in spite of the fact that it wasn't really what I was going for. We made a nice little deviation at the end. And honestly, we should have bombed our way to the exit of 6-3 instead of trying to, you know, man mode it. But we almost did the right thing to get out. It just happened that Colleen was at 1 HP or 2 HP and was killed by the only way that I saw us getting out of that situation without getting bodied. I'm still very proud of this run. I think we did a pretty good job. At least we're seeing some kind of positivity. After so many runs of just complete disaster, that felt good. That felt like we did the right thing. What'd we get here? 32-minute run, final score 282,000. I can live with that. I was law-abiding. I was a king. I took my first damage in level 1-3. Oh, so king is if you get the crown. Queen is if you get the hedge it. I took my first damage in level 1-3. I survived death once. I slayed Kingu. Despite all odds, I defeated Tiamat and escaped to the surface. Dirk Yamaoka. Look at that. That was a fun run. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I really appreciate your support. We'll be back to try again next time. See ya!